So this Brett Kavanaugh thing that's been going on for about, I'm going to say 2 weeks, is really getting heated up. Both sides are receiving a lot of criticism, and both sides are receiving a lot of supports. While most people, on the other hand, like if you would take in consideration of either Ben Shapiro, Hunter Avallone, etc., and including me, we're just waiting for the truth right now. At this point in time, we don't know who's telling the truth, we don't know who's telling a lie, and we do not know which one to believe. However, what this Brett Kavanaugh thing has been trying to show is kind of the hypocriticalism that Democrats have been kind of expressing themselves. Because prior to the Brett Kavanaugh, and it's still continuing to this day, the Brett Kavanaugh event, there is a movement that is spiked on today where it's called Believe Women. Believe Women. It's hashtag Believe Women. And this has been trending on Twitter. I don't know if it's trending number one, but it's been trending on Twitter. And especially when it comes to the Democratic side. Now, the reason why I say this is hypocritical, because take a look. It says hashtag Believe Women. The left always has been, especially when it comes to feminism, has been spreading this notion that we should believe in all women, even if their stories are lying or are truthful, because they apparently think that it's only women who get sexually assaulted, which is complete bogus, because it actually has been shown that men can be sexually assaulted as well. Now, I do understand that sexual allegations do lean more towards to females being victims, but you can also throw in a lot of men on there to be there. But what this is basically saying, what this movement is pretty much saying, and it doesn't matter if they're denying it or not, but what it pretty much says right then and there in front of our faces is that, oh, if it's men who are sexually assaulted, we should just wait for the truth. We should just wait until it's actually there. Or you might get some out there that might be like, oh no, the man's lying. But as soon as a woman says that she has been sexually assaulted, it doesn't matter if it was 36 years ago, 2 years ago, or 100 years ago, it should be instantly believed. And it should be instantly told the truth. This movement is pretty much useless at this point. And honestly enough, the Brett Kavanaugh event that I'm going back towards, it also shows that how demisable the Democrats are. Because they didn't just bring up this story. They didn't just try to support the allegation of the sexual assault that took place in 1982. No, they're exploiting it to get political power. And what this shows is that the Democrats are exploiting this. And it's sad. You got Feinstein up on the front side, who is defending who's defending Ford with the sexual allegations, but yet she was given crucial information. She was given crucial documents to which Ford has precisely said, keep it private, keep it classified. Yet, all of a sudden, when this notion started coming up 2 weeks ago, it all of a sudden became widespread and public. Yet Feinstein denies the allegation that she somehow did not spread the information. Okay, Feinstein, we'll believe you. But let me ask you this question, though. If you didn't link the information, and many Democrats, as well as Democratic organizations, are saying they didn't leak the information, who did? It obviously wouldn't be Ford, because Ford specifically said not to leak the information. I'm pretty sure someone with that kind of crucial way of... I'm trying to find the word. I'm pretty sure Ford, in this kind of spectrum, this little space, this little allegation that's going on, I'm pretty sure she would not leak the information herself. I'm pretty sure, and this is my opinion, but like I said, I'm only waiting for the truth. But I'm pretty sure Feinstein kind of leaked the information. And it's not just me who thinks this way. Many, and even Democrats are on line with this. Ben Shapiro even has a kind of skeptical amongst with Feinstein when it comes to this. But like I said, what this shows, this Brett Kavanaugh versus Ford allegation, what's going on right now is showing how demisable and hypocritical the left can be. Because they're not taking this seriously. They're just exploiting it. This movement that came up, as well as Feinstein lying about the leaked information that somehow spread it upon out of nowhere, it shows that kind of allegation. And it's fucking ridiculous. But the thing is, though, is my biggest question for this is, if this did happen 36 years ago, why is it now being exploited? Why is it now being brought upon? And now I understand, there are a lot of people out there that say, I don't want to talk about it now, and there have been some reports of people bringing up rape allegations that happened 5 years, maybe 10 years ago, and finally convicting the person. But this happened 36 years ago, and I can understand this when I say this, that if it did happen a long time ago, it should have been reported at that time, or maybe a few months later. However, this came up as soon as President Trump nominates Brett Kavanaugh to be in the judicial court. Here's the thing. Brett Kavanaugh was already a judge. He was a Supreme Court appeal judge. And he's been in that position for years now. And I mean, he's been in there for years. Now, all of a sudden, when a Republican conservative is being appointed by President Trump as a judge, all of a sudden, he sexually assaulted me. Oh, he sexually assaulted me in high school times at a party 36 years ago. Let that seep inside of your head. This is why I say the left is exploiting this. It's because they don't care about Ford. I'm pretty sure they can care less on what happened there. They're only doing this to gain political power so that when that chair is open in 2020, as of what one of the judges says, that is an open spot for them. It's hypocritical. Now, what I am saying could be false. I'm not going to stand here and say that this is all true. I'm waiting for the truth as much as everybody else is. But then again, there are people on both sides who are exploiting this out of the max. But it's mainly been looked upon by the Democrats. I've seen Republicans, and even on certain types of aminos, and as well as different types of websites, and as well as media outlets, who are talking about how Brett Kavanaugh is the victim, or how Ford is the victim. I'm sitting there going, nobody knows what happened. There is no crucial evidence which can lead to this other than time. Time can only tell, and time can only display. But right now, we don't have any much crucial evidence. Now, I will say it's kind of leaning towards Brett Kavanaugh. That is my thoughts. That is my perspective. It is more leaning towards Brett Kavanaugh because he has support of the judges in the Supreme Court. Most of them. Even Democrats are going against what Feinstein and even Ford has blamed. But like I said, most people out there are now exploiting this. And like I said, it's mostly the Democrats because they want power. So, I'm going to say this right now. Both nominees and both, I'm going to say victims. Both victims have their reputations ruined. Both of which their families can be ruined. Brett Kavanaugh has been placed under this kind of accusation and is now being faced tremendous criminal accusation. He can be fined and put in jail for this. His life is actually on the line right now because he can go to jail for a very long time. And determined by his age, he can go to jail for life. And also, Ford is under this kind of exploit. Because if this does turn out to be false, an FBI investigation will be placed under, which is already taking place right now, and she can go to jail for false rape accusations, and as well as Feinstein supporting this, being impeached and put under the same bus. But right now, we don't have information. I don't have information, which I can keep up to date if y'all want me to. Other than that, we're going to have to let this play out. If it plays out for Kavanaugh, good. If it plays out for Ford, oh well. But right now, in my speculations, however, I'm pretty skeptical on this one. I am pretty skeptical because the sexual accusation that which took place in 36 years ago is kind of skeptical. Not to mention also, it's more crucial than it would be for a normal sexual assault accusation. Because Ford said that she thinks that it was him. She also says that there were 7 different people there. She claimed that there were 7 different people there, all of which claimed that they don't know the person or they were not there. Brett Kavanaugh did say that he did love drinking, and he did say that he recalls being at that kind of particular party, as of what I heard. But he did say that he was not part of this, and he did not sexually assault her, and that he's not a gang rapist. But like I said, both sides have information on which is not leading up to one another. We're going to have to let this play out. And whatever happens is whatever happens. But like I said, the Democrats are exploiting this kind of story. And it's sad, because they're only doing this to gain political power. And I honestly hope, and this is my thing, even if Ford does win, I honestly hope that whatever happens to Feinstein, because it's mainly Feinstein, because like I said, the messages and as well as the documents as information that was given to the Democratic judges, as well as Feinstein, the head leader of the Democratic judges, she says that they weren't leaked, but yet they were leaked. And many organizations working for the Democrats, as well as many Democratic judges there, said they did not leak the information, yet Feinstein was the only person who was given this kind of crucial information. So what is it? We don't know. But honestly enough, I will say that Feinstein is kind of explaining this. And this is like I'm saying. I'm not sure. I'm not saying what I'm saying is true. And I'm not saying what I'm saying should be taken seriously or be taken in any sort of way. Take it however you like. I don't care. But the Democratic Party has been shown... Hold on. What this will show is that the Democratic Party is kind of exploiting this kind of accusation. It is bad. And this is dangerous too. So whatever happens is whatever happens. We're just going to have to let it play out.